A refugee is defined in international law as somebody who is fleeing a well-founded fear of persecution in the country from which they are originating. A migrant, by contrast, is somebody who's looking for work somewhere else, and it's more of a pull factor than a push factor. So the easiest way for anybody to understand the difference is to see, are they fleeing something as opposed to being attracted by the possibility of a better life. Absolutely. The media has been using these two phrases interchangeably, and in many cases it is done by people with an agenda. People who are against providing safe harbour for refugees describe them as migrants, which is inflaming public opinion in many circumstances, and it totally diminishes the push factors that are pushing people out of their countries of origin. They don't want to leave there. It's very clear that they are the absolute definition of refugees. Well, most of the time, media are very mature and responsible about these issues, and to a large extent, they rely on NGOs, they rely on government agencies to provide them with information. Guidelines are just guidelines. What we need to do is to take the opportunities that we get to use the platforms in the media to challenge the received wisdom that is out there, to challenge the narratives, which, as I said before, are really related to agendas that are anti-refugee, anti-providing harbour, and anti-committing to the international conventions we've all signed up for. I do. I think it's very prominent. Now it's getting enough coverage, but before September it certainly wasn't. I mean, the refugee crisis didn't start in August. It started in 2011 when the Syrian conflict began, and there are more refugees internationally in the world now than there have been since World War II, and only a small percentage of them are coming from the Middle East. We have to remember that refugee crisis is suddenly getting coverage because it's affecting us. And that's a rather sad state of affairs. I don't blame the media for that. It happens to be just the way human nature is. We only took the Ebola crisis seriously when somebody showed up in an airport in Florida with the illness. So you look for a point of reference. That's the way people react. You can't idealize what you want the media to do. You have to work around the facts of the media, the real way the media works.